Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Mom Story by Sahana. A very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, to be mothers out there. We have been with Lina and Vivek for the last two episodes and we have heard their story and we have been hearing their story. So today is something that I personally wanted to talk about, but since during the interview I could not elaborate on that, so I'm making a separate video on this with their clipping, of course.
Just like first of all, the idea is like first you will be overwhelmed and take it all in, feel it, complete it, have it, keep
Correct.
it aside. Now start thinking practically. Okay, as a child, you are as a human being, you would be hungry, you would need a change of dress. They still don't know that they would leak and do things, so they would need diapers. All of that, all of that. All of that is needed. And
I
the
know, I
emotion,
know. It's like
emotion
we
play
didn't
havoc at
even
that.
know how to put the baby to sleep. And the day we got her home, not even home to the hotel where we were staying, we both didn't sleep throughout the night because we didn't know when she will wake up, what she will need. We were just sitting on the sofa. I am sitting on the bed and looking at her. Okay, okay,
Imagine I
okay.
didn't have
So,
a routine which was set in for the girls for the longest time until I went to my home. Like, until somebody could guide me, telling that the children are the sucker for routine. What they need is just routine. Like
true,
you
true.
get up, you have milk, you have this, you have that. That is all is what is needed. At initial 2 3 days they had their breakfast at whatever time, lunch at 3 4 o'clock, like no, they were sleeping at 12 o'clock, and we were just like, what is this which is happening? What is this which is happening? And we
No,
were
whenever
like,
the point is, whenever they cried, we thought it is because of change of situation, change of place. We didn't actually realize that it's because of hunger. That is the main problem. Of course, there could have been other reasons, but the biggest reason was hunger, that they
Correct.
need to be fed. We didn't. We were told कि भूख लगता है and all those stuff. But somehow we thought, कि, okay, if we eat after 6 hours, they probably should eat after 3 hours. We never thought they should be fed every 1 hour or say 1.5 hours.
Exactly.
every 2 hours feed and all of that. Oh my god, nothing, no understanding of things at all. No understanding of things.
It just happens, like when we become a mother or we are going to be a mother, we are very, very emotional and it's very overwhelming, isn't it? Like we are happy, we are, like kind of even crying. I don't know whether it is happy tears or, sad tears or, like crying for whatever bad happened all these years or whatever we couldn't get. It's actually very overwhelming when you look at the child or when you know the child is going to be in your arms very soon. It's all very, very overwhelming. But what really happens is there is no one, practically no one, to guide the woman or the parents basically. What are the practical challenges that you are going to come across? Like for example, even in during a pregnancy, nobody tells about the practical difficulties the woman is going to face. There will be seizures. If there is a C-section, there will be stitches. There will be a scar. You will not be able to get up. You will not be able to go to washroom. You will have to feed the child every 1 hour, and your actually breasts are going to be really, really sore. It is not that easy. Even the breastfeeding will take a lot of time. So, like this, nobody tells it until the baby arrives. It's like kind of you start discovering and like knowing new things on daily basis. Correct. So then you are panicking, you don't know, okay, क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ, क्यों हो रहा है. Similarly, during an adoption, okay, in the process of adoption, until the child comes home, nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about what should be done, how to be prepared for taking care of the child depending on the age of the child. It's not that you have to be a specifically 5-month-old child or a 10-month-old child. No, if we are talking about a child who is between 0 to 2 years of age, there is a generic thing that parents need to understand. Simple things like how many times they need to be fed, what can be fed, okay, and what are the basic like vaccination, and who is the go-to pediatrician, and the basic home remedies that we do for cold cough. The child can have cold and cough frequently, so if the child is having a colic, what to do. If there is a colic pain, suddenly you will not be running to the pediatrician all of a middle of the night at 2 a.m., correct? So there are these small small things that the parents need to be aware of, parents need to be like prepared for. Now who is going to do all these things, who is going to do all these preparations for them? So that is like the people who are with you, like it can be the family members, like the siblings or older siblings, it can be friends, it can be parents, it can be anyone. But what I basically meant to say when I'm talking about these things is, dear parents, I know it is very very emotionally taxing, it's very very emotionally overwhelming, but think certain things practically. What kind of clothes will the child need? Will the child need too many toys? Or what are the basic needs of the child that you need to fulfill? Like you will need feeding bottles, even if the child maybe like nearing 2 years, the child may need feeding bottles. So what type of feeding bottles you have to give, what is the formula that you have to give? So these are the certain things that you need to figure out. now, how to figure out these things? It is very, very simple. During my time, there was no one to guide me. So I was definitely clueless and definitely did lots of blunders that way. But for those parents who are watching this, those parents who are waiting for their referral, I would say do some research, talk to a pediatrician, talk to your friends who have the children in the similar age group, talk to your siblings or your family members. If possible, talk to your parents, like what they did and what do they think are the basic needs. So talk to people, read books, watch videos, watch like content on taking care of a child. There is lot of content on internet, on YouTube, that people have posted related to parenting, related to motherhood, related to like child health. What are the different types of food you can like give to the child in different age groups, and what kind of routine you can make. What routine, like what time the child will get up, if the child wakes up at this time, in within how many hours or how many minutes should you feed, and how to brush the like teeth, or I mean basically maintaining the oral hygiene. So these are certain things that you have to do your research on. Don't wait until the referral comes. Don't wait until the child comes. When you see that you are about 3 or 4 months away, start doing your research. Make notes so that you are mentally prepared on the practical part. Because the moment you are going to look at your child, you are going to forget all these things. You will only focus on my baby, my child, and you'll be very very overwhelmed emotionally. So this is something I really wanted to tell everyone. So please be prepared, try to be prepared, and if you do not know how to be prepared, then start talking to people. That's the only way. It's like it eases out your anxiety also, and you will gather lots and lots of information, right? So like Lena and Vivek said, like how difficult it was, like how confused they were. They didn't know like their the child need to be fed every hour. They assumed okay, it is maybe 3 hours or 2 hours or whatever it is. So there has to be someone to guide them. So it's my sincere request to friends and family of the adoptive parents or prospective adoptive parents, don't turn a blind eye and a deaf ear towards your adoptive parents. Okay, they will not come and ask you, they fear or they are hesitant, like what will you think? And now don't hesitate to go and give them advice. Ask them, do you need any help? Do you need any guidance in taking care of the child? Do you need anything from me? Please feel free to call. So this is something, there is an assurance, there is a shoulder to cry on, there is someone to hold when or someone to talk to when you're in trouble. Because motherhood isn't easy at all. Definitely doesn't come with a rule book for every child. Okay, there is a separate rule book. No, every child is different, every parent is different, all parenting styles are different. So feel free to support your friends who are planning to adopt, who are almost reaching near or to their referral dates. So please help them. And Among the family members, my request is very very simple, especially to the mothers and the mother-in-laws. Please make your daughter or daughter-in-law feel special. Just because she's adopting doesn't mean that it's something very very practical thing happening with her. She is going to be a mother, and motherhood is very very beautiful. You know it for yourself. Help them, support them, cuddle them, hug them, celebrate them, celebrate the way we do the baby shower. Please celebrate the motherhood for them before the child comes. Usually, what happens during any of these adoption related cases, no, the family or the friends, everybody will be keeping quiet. They will say like, okay, जब बच्चा आ जाएगा फिर देखेंगे, जब बेबी आ जाएगा then we will see like what to do, how to do. Why don't you celebrate, like a baby shower that way? You celebrate, right? Then what is the issue in celebrating a baby shower for a mother who is going to adopt? So please make them feel special and talk to them, because that is what they need. There is so much of anxiety, there is so much of waiting period, because of which people are frustrated, they're anxious, they're stressed. Talk to them, because the more you talk to them, when they are going to open up, it will ease their stress, and this waiting period will be slightly better for them. You will make it little more easier for them to go through, or pass on that waiting period, right? So that's it for today, and for this beautiful story. This is the third episode, and we are going to have one more last episode of Lena and Vivek's story. So stay tuned to my channel and don't go anywhere. And if you have any more queries on adoption, don't forget to mail me on momstorybysahana@gmail.com, or you can just comment below in the video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.